Imagine this, a 2,000 square foot space that has the point of view of a magazine. It reinvents itself entirely every 4 to 8 weeks like a gallery, and it sells things like a store. So we've had a bunch of different stories recently. We've had a wellness story, and we've had a making things story, and we've had a home for the holidays story, and all in all, we've had 8 stories total. So what is this a conversation about? It's not just a store, and it's something that I refer to as retail media. So we all know what media is, right? This is InStyle Magazine's color issue, and then that's the cover of our color issue. And then we tell a story. So magazines have editorial, and our version of editorial is the merchandise that we curate around a story and the events that we host to bring that story to life. And we even have a publishing side to our business. We charge money to brands for access. So that's our sponsorship. So this is some merchandising for our Home for the Holidays issue. It was a gift guide that came to life in someone's home. You can see our very high-tech navigation in the form of a lampshade. There's even subcategories to guide you through the experience, like for the mixologist. We also work with different partners. This is a partnership with Perch Interactive. It's a projection technology that you can customize story to story and show video or audio to help bring a product to life in a different way. And then we also build things to tell stories. So this is our current story. This is an art story, and they're quirky iPhone cases that you can customize. And so since there's over 150 different ways to do so, we had Pratt students design a table to show that, and then film that process, and it later became content that went online. So in our New York story, we explored doing lots of events. Our first event was mixology class. We then had Nona Carolina, an Italian grandmother from Staten Island, come to teach pasta and work with online partners like Skillshare to get people to come. So out of these events developed an amazing community, and this was a huge surprise to me, right? So people are gonna show up, they're gonna drink, they're gonna meet each other, they're gonna have fun, but strangers who just got married walking into a store to take their picture, or little neighbors coming by because they wanna have a lemonade stand, so we had 25-cent lemonade. Then we had, just the other day, a bunch of kids come for our art class. I don't know if Tina's in the audience, but these are some Tattly-clad youngsters enjoying the Tattly randomizer. It was funny, I was putting these pictures together and it was hard to choose because this is my favorite kind of surprise and delight of what we've created. And these pictures, you wouldn't believe that people are engaging this way. And so I kind of feel like there's the trend, right? No retouching. So I feel like I have to say these weren't fabricated. They were really this happy. So this publishing, right? So it's not just sales. We charge brands a lot of money for in-store ads. So this is Benjamin Moore sponsoring our color story. Our current art story is sponsored by art.com. So really what it is, it's a conversation about giving brands access to a new media channel in a relevant way. I like to consider ourselves a dating service, and we just use storytelling as the matchmaker between brands and consumers. So what this enables us to do is not think about sales per square foot, but experience per square foot. So we could tell the best story and therefore have the best experience for customers. So in our making things story with GE, we had laser cutters and injection molding machines and a CNC mill, and you could make just about anything. In fact, 75% of the store, you couldn't buy a thing. You were just there to experience it and to make things. So now you're probably thinking, well, who's the audience for this, right? A CNC mill? So it's a really narrow audience. It's men, and it's women, and kids, and they're between 5 and 80. So what does a kid care about a CNC mill or a laser cutter? So I call this event Pimp Your Pumpkin. That was not the official name. And we made Mr. Potato Head pieces so kids could make their own pumpkin. And how did we get all the women excited about all these machines? Well, we reached out to the women's designer, Rebecca Minkoff, and she came and laser cut a handbag that people could win through a social media competition. And then we had a myriad of different workshops ranging from MakerBot and other activities for all the boys. So it was using story to connect all these different audiences. So now that we have all these people in a store, how do we analyze the reaction, right? We are used to reports like this online, seeing where people are clicking, what they like, what they don't like. So in our store, we have to figure out, are they really liking it beyond attendance to events or sales of product? So this is a project we have with Prism Skylabs, where we're heat mapping consumer behavior. So we can tell which way they're walking, and we can move products in the experience accordingly. What we can also do is see if a product's hot or not. So basically, it's living A/B testing. So lastly, this is a part of the business that I can honestly say it wasn't part of the master plan, I wasn't even thinking about it, but something really interesting happened. We opened the doors to the store. I kind of feel like Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come. And people just showed up, one after another, with product. Here are my cards, here's my this. We were getting emails from all over, and they wanted to come in the store and show us what they did. So we had an event with Cool Hunting, and we had people come and pitch products. They could end up on Cool Hunting or in the store if we liked them. And so many people showed up that we now have pitch nights as a part of every story. So taking the excitement and what we see online with Kickstarter and so many other discovery platforms and bringing that to life in the store. So this is Beth Macri. She's a story favorite. She walked into our store. She's an industrial structural engineer. She's never made jewelry before. You're probably thinking it's pretty, but what's so special about it? So it's her hidden message collection. There's messages on the bottom of all these beams. So we were the first store that sold her. 2 months later, she ended up on The View, and she quit her job. So in sum, retail media to me is content and commerce and community, and its experience, and its editorial, and its metrics. It's a discovery platform, and it's what we call story. And so you're probably sitting there thinking, what's the next story? Well, you don't know what's on the cover of the next issue of your favorite magazine, so you'll have to come and visit to check it out. Thank you.